Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I'm going to be doing the intimidating TBR book tag. So I couldn't find who the original creator of this tag was, but I didn't create this. It's been floating around on BookTube, so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And I initially saw this tag done by Reagan over on Peruse Project, so that's where my inspiration kind of came from to do this. And anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this. The first question is, what is a book that you have been unable to finish? I'm very good at finishing books and knowing what I like in order to finish books, so this was a little hard, but the book I came up with was The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. So, as you can see, it's a pretty hefty collection of all of Edgar Allan Poe's stuff. And at least to say, I've only read like a couple stories in here, so I have been unable to finish this. It's a lot though, but I think in time I will finish this, but I don't think I can just read like this whole entire book right through, because that'd be a little bit hard between short stories and poems. So, yeah, there's a book for that one, even though I typically finish books all the way through. I rarely ever DNF or just put a book down for some time, but so far this is a book I've been unable to finish because it's so massive and I have to be in the mood for his stuff. So there you have it. Question number 2 is, what is a book you have yet to read because you don't have the time? And my answer for this is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So the reason why I don't have time for this is, or why I fear I don't have time for this, is because of the fact that I've been told it's very lyrical and very, it's written very beautifully, and with that I would like to have the time and patience to read it and appreciate it to its fullest, if that's true of this book. So basically I don't have the time to read this right now. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Number 3 makes me feel very attacked, but it is, what's a book you have yet to read because it's a sequel? I have several sequels on my TBR that I have yet to read because it's a sequel. Like, I want to read them really bad, so it took me a long time to acquire them, or I just have found other things to read, just haven't been in the mood for it. So, the 2 books that fall in that first category of it took me a long time to acquire them is Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rosh, and the first one is Snow Like Ashes. This one just took me a long time to acquire, and that's the main reason why I have yet to read this. It just took me a long time, and I was just kind of, it's been a while. That's all I have to say. It's been a while, and yeah. So, the next one that also falls in the took me a long time to acquire category is One Dark Throne by Kendar Blake, and this is a sequel to Three Dark Crowns. And with this, again, Barnes & Noble just never had it, and I couldn't find it at a used bookstore, so it just took me a while to get my hands on it. Just like Ice Like Fire, Fire Like that. Ice Like Fire. There you go. So this one at Barnes & Noble. This one I found it in a secondhand bookstore. So yeah, there's that. And then my third one, so I feel very attacked with this question, is Crime of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. The first one is Throne of Glass. It's very popular here on BookTube, but basically I just kind of forgot about it, honestly, but I have it and I want to read it, so I will get to that eventually. God, I feel so called out. Yeah. So, yep, so those are my 3 books for books I've yet to read because they are sequels, and my brain just forgets about them over time. So, yeah, that's how I am. Question number 4 is, what is a book you have yet to read because it's brand new? And for this, I pick Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. It's not necessarily brand new at this point, but it's new, it's exciting. I just haven't had yet the time to read it. I'm kind of already, my obligations are wow. I have other obligations somewhere else in my TBR right now, but I do hope to get to this very soon because I've heard it's so good, so emotional, and amazing. I am ready to soak up all of the Cassandra Clare goodness. So, soon, I promise. Soon. Number 5 is, what is the book you have yet to read because you read a book by this author previously and you didn't enjoy it as much? So for this, I chose Moon Chosen by PC Cast. So if you guys don't know, PC and Kirsten Cast wrote the House of Night series. And although I loved the first bit of that series, after a while just kind of felt like it was just dragging on and it didn't need to be so long. So I never finished it. And I was definitely nearing the end of my vampire craze phase. So with that, it makes me a little nervous that there's going to be a lot of unnecessary dragging out in a book like this. I mean, it's totally different than House of Night, and I don't know how long of a series it's going to be. I think the second or third one just came out recently as well. But, yeah, this is a book I'm a little nervous to read. I don't know why I wouldn't like it. It looks cool, it sounds cool, it sounds very adventure-packed and super intense, and sounds like in a very immersive world I can get into. But, considering the history of her writing young adult vampire novels, writing something like this might be a little different. So I don't know. As a book I do hope to get to soon or eventually. I do plan on reading this. It's just a little nerve-wracking, you know. So I guess that's why this question's on here. So there you have it. And sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry if it's kind of glaring. It's a very shiny cover and it is super pretty. So, and no, that is not the whole entire reason why I bought it. For the next question, it's number 6, and it is, what is a book you have yet to read because you haven't been in the mood? So for this one, I'm going to say Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, because, you know, this is like a book that was featured in my first video, which was a haul video. I have not been in the mood for a contemporary. Like, it sounds cool, it sounds something I would like, it sounds like Kath is basically me in some ways, sounds super relatable, and it has mint green sprayed edges, which is just super pretty. But I do hope to read this eventually. I'm just not in a contemporary mood, and I can honestly say I've not been in a contemporary mood since like middle school or something like that. But the thing is it sounds like a super cute, funny, amazing read. So it's about a fangirl. I mean, come on, like I'm gonna relate to the main character in this. It's just I've been itching for adventure, magic, all that jazz, which this doesn't quite seem to have, at least not at first glance. So when I'm in a little bit of a calmer mood and wanting something that's just kind of light and funny and amazing, this is gonna be the book I'm gonna pick up. So it will happen. I just have to be in the mood for a contemporary because I'm not used to the contemporary genre. So here we go. This is it's gonna be new for me, but it's gonna be great once I'm in the mood for it. So question number 7 is, what book have you yet to read because it's giant? So for this, if you're familiar with BookTube, you know this book has been kind of making its rounds, and everybody says it's a chunk, because it is. And that is The Priory of the Orange Tree. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. That is so big. I mean, given I love Cassandra Clare books, if you can see, they get pretty big at the end there. In Lady Midnight's case, at the beginning. But, whew, this is a lot, and considering it's an adult fantasy instead of a young adult fantasy makes me also super nervous. That's so big and of a more mature genre than what my young adult loving brain is used to. Makes it intimidating. I picked it up because it was half off at Barnes & Noble during one of their half off sales, and getting like a $32 book for like 18 bucks, not 18, $16 was a steal. But regardless, it has a gorgeous cover and a dragon kind of centered fantasy. Sounds super interesting. I never read Aragon or anything like that, but dragons still sound super cool to me. And I've yet to really read any dragon fantasy gosh, I need to expand my horizons. Like this whole tag makes me feel very attacked on what I have yet to read. But regardless, I hope to pick this up one day. Hopefully in the near future, but God, it is giant. Like, look at that. I'm not a stranger to giant books, but this is something else. This is, whew, my arm is aching just holding it. Like, you do a whole workout with this book, you know? Like, God, that is going to make me a bodybuilder, you know? Whew, I almost fell. That would have been really bad. Really loud. Anyways, yeah, so this big chunk is a giant, and that is why I am intimidated by it. So, there you have it. I spilled my own tea. Alright, question number 8 is, what is a book you have yet to read because it has bad reviews? Well, I don't really have many books that have like bad reviews per se, or I don't really listen to reviews in general because it's my preference, and I'm very good at telling by the synopsis whether I'll like it or not. But the book I chose for this tag is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, just because it seems like a lot of the reviews are pretty split between it's good, it's bad, it's amazing, it's okay. This was before The Six of Crows, I think. But I was randomly scanning Barnes & Noble. It was basically a cover buy, and the synopsis sounded super cool and kind of interesting and a little bit out of my comfort zone at the time, so I went ahead and picked it up. But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I got it. But now I'm like honest, like I need to read this soon because I feel like I will then have a stance on it, and to know what happened in the Grishaverse before the beloved, wonderful Six of Crows duology will be very beneficial. Although I was told I didn't have to read this first before Six of Crows, so I just went ahead and read Six of Crows. It was fine. I wasn't super confused about anything, but some of the characters are still slightly mysterious to me, and I feel like this would help kind of clear that up. So there you go. Just kind of, not necessarily bad reviews, but kind of mixed reviews. And I would love to form my own opinion on it, and considering I bought it several years ago. So we shall see how that turns out. My mixed opinion, or the mixed reviews, I hope I fall in favor of this book, because it sounds cool, looks cool. So the last and final question on this tag is, what is the most intimidating book on your TBR? So my answer is going to be a little bit controversial. So just bear with me on this. I'll explain why. And it is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Yeah, that's his name, Kristoff. So the reason why I feel like this is the most intimidating thing on my TBR is because, of one, I have not read anything that's considered sci-fi, like strict sci-fi, so that's already out of my genre comfort zone. And then also considering this book is a kind of multi-medium faucet, like it's like reports, it's photographs, it's emails, transmissions, like it's a lot of formats that I'm not used to per se, and I find that intimidating because I love prose. I like, even poetry sometimes gets a little hard. I love prose, I love narrative, I love all of that. So having it in a totally different type of format is going to make it interesting. The size is no problem. Considering it is in a different format, I know it's going to be a fast read. But it's sci-fi and it's in a different format, so I don't really know how I'm going to react to this book, but I want to love it because it's so loved here on BookTube. And if I could love a sci-fi book, awesome! I'm expanding my horizons, and that's what I really want. I want to love this book, but I'm also worried I have high expectations of it, and in turn, those will fall, and I don't want that. So that's why this is the most intimidating book on my TBR. So yeah, interesting, right? Well, that made me feel slightly attacked by how many books I have on my TBR, and that's not even half of them. And then also kind of calling me out the series, and yeah, I feel quite attacked. But anyways, this was the intimidating TBR book tag. It was fun nonetheless. Still feel a bit attacked, but regardless, it was still fun and interesting and so fun to choose all these books for the questions. But anyways, let me know down below what your most intimidating book on your TBR is. Let's all feel attacked together now. I'm going to give this video a thumbs up if you like tags, or if you just like this video, that's pretty cool. And also go ahead and hit that subscribe button, for I would really appreciate it, and you can see more bookish content from me, so that's awesome. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys stay safe out there. I know I was a bit late on this tag, but hey, better late than never. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!